Hey everybody, welcome to the
Jam Show.
Whoa, whoa.
He's Justin.
And this is Matt, I think.
I am Matt.
Might be a lizard man in a suit, but we're about to find out, folks.
How you been, buddy?
I've been okay. Busy.
No, what you been
trying to
just
do things.
Just working.
Well, I helped my buddy move this weekend.
Oh, tight.
It kind of like spawned out of nowhere. He's like a guy that was in our friend group, right? But he's always kind of stuck to himself more.
Okay.
You know, kind of like me. He's like a lead systems engineer.
Whoa.
He's a super smart guy.
Yeah.
But
you want him to be more in the group because then you can.
We always try to pull him in,
your...
and you try to bully him and to try and get him to come in, and it doesn't work. You know.
But that's probably it's like he's super smart, so he's like, I'm not fucking hang out with you.
Yeah,
nerds.
basically we're a bunch of losers. Basically, that's what it seems like. But he just sold this fat ass crib out in Cordova, and I just texted Kyle randomly on
where was he working? Like what city at least?
He works in Rock Island.
Damn, that's a jaunt,
that's a jaunt.
dude.
Yeah, exactly. That's partly why he's selling the house.
Yeah, and that's like a lot of these dudes from the old place are going out to the nuclear plant. And I'm like, that's a fucking drive,
dude. That's so far.
But
it's all about a short
fucking
drive. But now where he's living in downtown Davenport, so then he'll be able to fucking ride his bike to work.
Hell
like,
yeah,
dude, that's the dream. And
the
he's
move.
And I'm like, man, that's the fucking move.
Oh yeah.
But no, so this fucking crib, fat fucking crib on the river, dude. It's so fat.
Had you ever been there?
No, it's my first time being there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He'd only been there for, I don't even know how long he'd been there. Not very long.
Yeah.
But
right on the river, you said?
Yeah, right on the river.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. It had like 3-level deck or some shit.
Dude, fucking one of my kids' friends live in LeClaire in like a fucking $1 million house right on the river. I dropped him off one time in like the middle of June or July. Dude, mayfly season on the river. I would absolutely never live on the river, dude. Just for that like 2 to 5 weeks of fucking bug season. Fuck that.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
All lights off.
Yeah.
Right? No
and dude,
lights.
it was bad. No, I don't know if you ever...
I grew up in Rapid City, Port Byron area.
Oh, yeah,
bit, so I know exactly how it is. I would ride my bike.
Inhaling them.
Along the bike river. Dude, it is a mistake. You're like, what? How is this normal? And then I don't know if you know that Rapid City Get and Go.
Not that I can think of.
Dude, that thing, it's right in between.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about.
Dude, that gas station sometimes is so bad with the lights.
My wife used to live in LeClaire.
Okay.
And there was that, it used to be an A&W and a gas station.
Yeah.
And now it's just a gas station.
Yes. They took the A&W out of there, dude?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Boo.
I know.
Fucking root beer floats, dude.
Hell yeah, dog. That's what's
and
up.
hush puppies. Anyway. I'm hungry.
But
I didn't eat much for lunch. I ate tuna pudding, dude.
Dude, your stomach's going to be going off the
chart.
Dude,
I just thought about that. The tuna pudding is going to be...
Tuna pudding?
Yeah, it's a new invention I kind of came up with today. It's just rice and tuna.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Pudding. That's what someone else said. They're like, oh, I could probably do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but tuna pudding, it's like, is that cat food?
Tuna pudding.
It's pate.
It could have been.
It's pate. How you been?
I've been doing really well. I went to I did a whole bunch of stuff this weekend. It was a really good weekend. Went to the Ren Fair down on Credit Island.
I don't know what that is.
Renaissance Fair. They had like jousting and sword fighting and shit.
Did you pull your dick out and joust with some other dude?
Hell yeah, dog.
That's not called a Renaissance Fair.
Fucking what? Huh?
What?
What are you gonna say?
What, you trying to get us canceled?
I'm about to fucking woke your ass.
Jeez, that's fun.
Saw a whole bunch of people I knew there, which was cool. I bought a $30 piece of wood.
In the shape of?
A staff. Because you know me and my wife, we dress up for that kind of shit.
You guys do. You guys are very festive.
Yeah.
No, I dig that.
Yeah. It's always nice to dress up, you know? And my idea of dressing up is just not a suit and tie. I'm not Justin Timberlake. Or a politician.
You suits. Okay, I get the point, though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, there was some shows. There was a dude.
Is there anybody shooting bow and arrow?
They had a spot, and I just didn't get to it. But you could shoot a bow and arrow, or throw an axe or a knife.
Nice.
And that was pretty cool.
That's always cool.
Yeah. And there was all sorts of other just like costume people and art people, which I like walking around and doing that. There was a kid that had his own little booth, and it was like pluck a duck, and you can, for $2 you could pluck 3 ducks
and take them home and eat
and
them?
you can either you don't win anything, or you can win like a little wooden medallion or a little keychain with a duck on it.
So there's no real ducks involved.
No,
okay,
no.
Sorry, I was missing the point of that.
Yeah, it's like little
over
rubber
my
duckies.
Head. Right over my head.
And so I always got to give a little kid their due when they're doing something like that.
Dude. He's
Buy
out
some
there
lemonade.
hustling, dude.
Hell yeah, dog.
Hell yeah. I feel that.
And then
is there anybody that was like super hardcore in character, would
dude,
not break character?
There were these 2 pirate people, and they were like pulling people in from the audience. Like there was a third guy that was like wandering around and like getting people to dance off with him.
Nice.
And so they'd have like a dance off, and then this guy would be like, oh, I suck so too bad, I gotta pull this other person from the audience in, you dance for me. And then the other person would be like, I gotta pull this person in and you dance for me, and got the whole crowd involved. My wife got pulled in as a quote unpartial judge.
Oh, nice.
And they like walked over to her, and they were like making a big show about like the competition, and one of the guys like snuck or like whispered in her ear like, we want this to keep going, so just say it's too close to call. And it was a huge production, and they had these fucking hella crazy Victorian outfits. They both matched, huge wigs, dude, and their tent was all like legit looking and shit. It was really cool.
I respect the show.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's all
people
it's
putting
all
on effort to put in a good show.
Yeah, you can go to your job and put on a performance that you give a shit what your boss did over the weekend,
dude.
or you can do something like that, and that's the dream.
Dude. Just show your tits off. I feel you, dude. I feel you.
And then I had therapy today. Oh, I got my fortune told. I'm a sucker for fortune telling.
Of course you are.
And the first one was like the hangman in reverse, and he was like, you're a very impatient person. You want things done right and now, and if you can't do that, then what good is it? And my wife was like standing on my shoulder, and she was like, he said it, not me. And then the second one was like, you're looking for a spiritual awakening, and whether you're looking for the old gods or the new gods, you're searching for something, and you're on a good path to find it, but be patient. Don't be don't want it to be done so quickly. And the third one was like the 3 of Cups, and he was like, it's you're too busy. You say yes to too many things. You're allowed to say no to people.
Nail on the head, dude.
Yeah.
Right on.
Hey,
you do.
Hey,
you're a busy body, dude. Every time I
know.
text you, you're fucking busy doing something. That's why I don't even call and ask you for help, dude. You're too busy.
Oh man, that hurts my feelings. But
think about it though. You're way too busy.
But this was the big kicker. He was like, it's okay to say no to other people. It's okay to say no to things. It's even okay to say no to yourself.
Well, no shit, dude. That's the most important thing.
I feel like that was the one that I was missing the most, and I have to like, dude, I'm such a fucking bonehead. I gotta drill that stuff into my head, and but that one just really spoke to me. Saying no to myself when I have an extra cookie, or I want to fucking go out and have some beers,
it's a chocolate chip cookie.
like I can do better at that.
But at the same time, it's important to treat yourself and enjoy life and not take things too seriously.
Yeah.
So it's a fine line, right?
But also, like, how much can you enjoy when you're doing so much even stuff you love?
You just have to be honest with yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, are you giving an honest effort?
Yeah.
Be real with yourself. Could you be doing more?
Maybe I couldn't.
How do you know?
Or maybe more in that sense. Maybe more is something different than I think.
Well, that's it. Doesn't matter because it's all about how you measure your results.
Right.
What is your goal?
Right. And
right.
My thing's like, do more. All right, I'll pick up this task and I'll pick up this task, and then that just spreads me thinner through all the other tasks.
Right.
When I could be doing more in becoming better at one task.
Right. Exactly. You only have so many. It's like literally. It's like I feel like I've talked to this. Maybe I keep feeling deja vu, where I feel like I'm about to start talking about something. I'm like, God, I feel like I've already talked about this. But you're only given so many minutes in a day.
Yeah.
Right. And each of those minutes you could be using on a skill. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's like, where do you want to place your skills?
Yeah. But then you cannot cut wood and build shit 20. At least most people can't do skill all day. You need to learn how to relax too.
Well,
and also in meaningful ways.
There's no rules, no one size fits all type of thing, and it's really dependent upon where you are at in your journey of learning. Right? It's like if you're a journeyman, you can spend more time burning the fucking midnight oil. You have way more basic things to be learning, right? And then as you become more advanced, then you need techniques to keep yourself engaged.
Yeah,
and that's where that study technique, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like where you take more frequent breaks.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what that's.
It's like 5 on, 2 off, or
something like
20 on, 5 off. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. But you need to then start becoming technical with your learning and how you keep yourself engaged.
And yeah, my biggest problem right now is I don't know what I want that thing to be, or those.
I run into that, dude. That, you know me.
Oh, we got to talk about your newest
shifting
addiction.
Fucking gears. Yeah, so bicycles. That's my newest fucking jam, dude. I don't know what my problem is, but it seems to be like an intersection of a lot of things. And I think that is
working with your hands.
Working with your hands, simple machines. Simple machines that you use your body to move. It can be fun. And it can be therapeutic.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes people need to... a lot of people should be riding bikes or something to get healthy. 1 in 5 children are obese. 4 to 5% of children are 40 to 50% BMI.
Which is tough because they don't hardly have a choice.
No, it's about what... Exactly.
And that's where I get stuck in. Like, I never had anybody who was able to teach me how to be healthy or how to commit to things.
Right. And so this is the other kind of idea I was thinking is like, so I know like bicycles are expensive, and I was thinking like starting a business, right? Bicycle company out of my garage, fixing bikes, right?
Always.
Just on the low.
Always a business out of your garage.
Got to do something. You got to be hustling. But also at the same time, maybe trying to start some sort of a nonprofit where you set up like a poor family, like my family was when I was younger, and you don't just give the kid the bike, you set the whole family up with bikes.
Yeah.
So then it's like, and a bike rack. So then it's like
no excuses.
You take the whole family, and then you literally would go with them and fucking bike with them, and you know, like you would be teaching, you could be changing the whole culture and direction of people's lives that way.
What's your view on, you know, like you don't appreciate things that are handed to you?
You don't appreciate the things that are handed to you. Yeah.
Like it's like one thing I always think of is like, and I'm not so bad at this, but I do feel like, and maybe that means it's not even true. You know, I've only ever heard this, and I don't know if I've ever seen a study or anything on it. But, you know, you could go online and learn a lot of stuff just from YouTube.
Oh, 100%. Where do you... This guy that's starting a bicycle company out of his... or bicycle repair shop out of his... Where do you think he's learning? Watching a YouTube video and then just doing it.
But then you also have people that are like, no, I have to go buy this $700 course to really know how to do it.
Right.
You know? And I think a lot of people, I can't do this yet because I don't have the money for this specific course or how to...
And that's the beautiful thing about the bicycle shop. It's like such a low barrier to entry.
Yeah.
Right? Really, it's just about me getting my legality things in check so I don't get sued out my ass.
One of your fucking handlebars rips right off.
That's sort of... Dude, exactly. Dude, a pedal breaks, somebody comes back and tries to sue you. Yeah. That's literally what... I mean... I was thinking, I was like, maybe I just kind of do it on the cheap because you could do a sole proprietorship and not have the protection of an LLC and you get sued and lose your house and your cars and everything you own. But I'm like, maybe I'll just be patient and wait another year, you know, get my shit in line and then open up as an LLC.
Yeah.
Do it for a year, see how I like it. If I don't like it, I can put it on my resume that I ran a bicycle repair shop for a year.
Yeah.
Here's my tax records.
And I've probably told you this in the past when we were at work and stuff, but there's places like Blackhawk College and stuff you can go to, and people will talk to you about how to do all that stuff. And like start an LLC and like...
Yeah, but there's, I mean,
well, coming from seeing my wife start a business, she said it was beneficial. Right. And hers was a brick and mortar thing, and she had a business partner, and there were different aspects of it. But, and you know, like my brother, he is and this is just an example of the situation. He is very inclined. He can pick something up, figure it out, and do it all day long. And he does do that all the time.
Right.
Which I really do admire about him. But there's, like, to get his boat license, he took a course to do it. Or like a motorcycle training thing before you get your license. And he took this course, and he was like, I was so glad I did it, you know? And you could pick up a lot of stuff even off YouTube, or borrow a buddy's boat and zip around for a little bit. But there is something to be said about that availability of knowledge from an expert.
100%. And I wish I had some sort of opportunity to get some professional training.
I'm telling you, they have free courses. And I don't know if it's a course. I think it's like...
you mean for, like, starting a business?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but, like...
Okay, you're immediately turned off by this, and why is that?
I feel like I don't... Blackhawk College I don't like. And it seems like... No, it's just... I don't feel like my time would be well spent going to something like that, because it's too general.
It's not college courses. It's like there's people there that only work with small startup businesses, and it's like where you find like a business guy and you do like a mentorship. Yeah, it's kind of like that, except like more of a teaching thing. I don't know exactly how to explain it.
I kind of enjoy learning all of the aspects on my own, kind of.
Yeah, and they probably have stuff like through the city and things like that, because they want those things.
That's what I'm saying. Luckily, I'm kind of like well positioned where I have a friend that I know that is a city alderman of Silvis. I've already contacted him, and he's already put me in contact with the lady at City Hall that I need to contact to, and then I've also got the number for Rock Island County for the special use permit.
Yeah, good job, dude.
So I'm kind of... And I've watched a few courses online for starting a business, like why would you want to do a sole proprietorship versus an LLC versus a B corporation versus all of these things. Kind of probably all the things that they would kind of go over in this course that you're talking about. But
yeah.
And as far as like finances, I'm like, the finances thing is like already kind of obvious from doing duplex stuff that you have to keep things separate and you have to have a separate account. It's like all that is just duh.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess I always forget that you do have business experience.
I already have a small business.
That. Yeah.
So I mean, I also don't want to have an ego about it.
Can you umbrella the two?
I've actually thought about that.
Yeah.
I've thought about selling my duplex to my LLC and then renting it out to my corporation and myself.
Get all the tax fucking incentives
and have it all be. So that's why I was going to talk to my tax lady, because I have a person for that, because that is beyond me.
That's fucking high level, as having a tax person.
Yeah, dude, and that's something that I would say 100% pay for. No bullshit. But everything else so far, I'm like, and then like as far as running a business and getting like running a bicycle shop, I've watched a few YouTube channels where people have started bicycle shops and they talk about what it takes to get like dealership with like SRAM or Shimano or Slime, and they want you to have a brick and mortar store. They don't want you to be running out of your garage, basically. But at the same time, reading Profit First, I'm like, what if you run like the opposite of a fucking normal bike store, where I'm running zero inventory, but I'm buying everything Amazon Prime, so it's arriving next day.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, you tell me what you want, I'm going to order it at Amazon Prime, it'll be here tomorrow, and then the next day your bike's fixed. Yeah. Right? So it's like still 48-hour turnaround, which is still faster than any of the bike shops in the area. And you're getting, I mean, you're seeing what you're paying for the parts. Yeah. You're not getting fucking, I don't know, whatever, because you know that's how people make money on parts. Yeah, that's just natural business model. That's the way it is. It's just like car shops, right? Yeah. They make money on the markup of parts, but they also warranty the work and do all this other stuff, which I would do that because I enjoy working on bikes, and I think it's just about building the bike community and getting more people on bikes. Yeah, there was it Bike and Hike? Was that in Rock Island? Off of like 12th Street or something? I guess I know that. I guess I don't remember. I'm not really familiar.
Well,
with
there was a pretty predominant bike store in Rock Island that just closed.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
there is a void now. And then also that what was the one down the street from you?
Fuck.
That was my kid's grandpa's place. Something Ride, Let's Ride. I think.
What's funny is the Crazy Small World is the guy that we're going down to deer camp with.
Mm-hmm.
His wife is somehow related to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
I was like, anyway, that's Small World.
But yeah. I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know. So I'm trying to be professional and like realistic with my goals.
Yeah. Well, and it's like Glenn has been doing bike stuff for a long time.
Right. And
it's like you just find a good deal on a bike, make it work better with some good parts.
And that's the thing. So I've been watching, there's a YouTube channel that's kind of like this. It's called Berm Peak and Berm Peak Express. That's his two channels. This dude is just super entertaining to watch. His channel is fucking phenomenal. And he's fucking like sparked bicycle interest into me, and I've started riding. I mean, obviously I've always had an interest in bikes, but it's kind of like I've got 2 fucking mountain bikes in my garage.
Yeah.
There's fucking mountain bike trails all around us. I'm like, put 2 and 2 together.
And that's what I am a big hater of people who are like, there's nothing to do around here, this and that. You can do so much around here.
Get off your ass.
No matter what you're into, exercising, so many great trails to run, to bike, the river bike paths. And then I'm into art, and there's shows all the time, and gallery exhibits.
Quad City's not bad.
It's not. It's like it's literally got a little bit of everything, and it might not be as grandiose as an L.A. or a Chicago or New York.
You don't have the homeless problem. You have a really reasonable cost of living to income ratio.
Yeah,
I feel like
a great cost to entry. You're not having to go to these shows that are $100 to get in.
Too.
Any show around here, you can get in for like $20.
We are lacking on barbecue joints.
Have you been to that one in East Moline? Down the hill from 7th Street? It's on...
It's not Damien's, or was it Damien's?
I don't think so. I think it was called, like, Barbecue House or something. But if you're coming from my house to your house on the one-ways downtown, it was on the left-hand side right after that church before you get to 7th Street. God. Go that way when you leave. It's a super small place. Kind of looks like a log cabin type thing.
Smokies.
Oh, is that Smokies?
Yeah, Smokies.
Okay. Have you been there?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is it good?
There's a spider dropping right next to your face right now.
Oh.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I mean, it's
gone.
That's more of like a family diner type of place.
Okay.
I would go there and get breakfast. The barbecue is kind of like,
oh, okay,
meh.
And then did like
I loved going there though.
Was it Dave's that Famous Dave's?
Famous Dave's, that's the chain that was over in
Rock Island.
Is that what's over there? No, that's not Famous Dave's. What is that?
It was a name though, I think. And
damn it, we need to have better sources.
Or was it Jim's Rib Haven?
Jim's Rib Haven, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Which is now, when you ask people, they're like, it's not that good. It's overpriced.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it burnt down or something. Maybe they just had a fire.
They might have.
Yeah.
Shit's greasy. But yeah, so we're lacking on...
That was my elbow on the table.
Man, it's like, fuck, dude, there's dead bodies under here, dude. Barbecue joints, stand-up comedy seems to be a little lacking.
Stand-up comedy is lacking.
Which is kind of funny. Tim Dillon came to Davenport.
Yeah, I wanted to go see that with you.
I wanted to too, and I missed it. But it's funny.
It just like really came up.
He was, you know how we have an immigrant problem? Or they're saying that we have an immigrant problem in New York right now is what they're saying on the news. Tim's like, I was in Davenport, Iowa recently, driving through cornfields. He's like, why don't we just send him there?
There's a lot of immigrants here for the Tyson plant.
There is, yes.
Yeah.
My dad's constantly complaining about how they drive.
Oh, yeah, I remember
the vehicles they drive are just like falling apart. It's like they don't maintain them properly.
Yeah.
And they're just driving insanely fast, and they don't stop at that stop sign there.
Well, that van I used to have, I had a van for a short couple of months. I sold it to a
King of Nigeria.
Yeah, I sold it to
Prince of Nigeria.
to a fella from Africa, and he was like, "Yeah, we buy these vans and then we ship them to Africa, and they use them as buses."
Genius.
Yeah, I mean, if it gets that guy some cash, and he paid what I paid for that.
How many times did he call you?
Dude, he called me 1,000 times.
Dude, I remember you being like, dude, that guy about the van called me again.
Yeah, like he bought the van almost sight unseen. He wouldn't drive it. Bought it for full asking price.
So I was like, strike one, strike two.
Yeah.
Scam. You remember me saying?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is 100% a scam.
And then he paid me.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's
and
amazing.
Then he calls me in like a month and he's like, the van's not starting. Do you know what's wrong with it? And I was like, no. I can give you the number to the guy I go to. That's about it. And then come to find out he got it like towed to like I don't know if it was a mechanic or something, and he was like, I don't want the van, you can have it for free if you come pick it up here. And I was like, I don't want that van. and mostly I would have kept the van if I could drive.
It wasn't a bad van.
Yeah, but
it was pretty sweet. You took it to work one time.
A couple of times.
Yeah,
dude, I love to drive that van.
We chilled in there one day.
Yeah.
I remember, dude.
I'm looking for another van eventually when I can drive again.
It's the dream, dude.
Yeah.
Live in the van, fix bikes out the back.
Oh, dude, that'd be tight if you had a little trailer that was all your...
A little mobile workstation.
Yeah.
Set up at... I was thinking that I would just do lots of like community outreach for marketing, essentially. Free bike fix days at schools where... You know, you just spend 8 hours there, like putting inner tubes, fucking lubing, cleaning chains, and fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
just like a 4-point inspection spray, WD-40 on everything or whatever.
Well, I mean, you would shoot a little bit. You know what I mean, though. But yeah, essentially, and then you just fucking hand out free T-shirts. You know what I mean? Or free hats. It's like,
or like stickers to slap on the bike or something. Have your phone number on it. Like you got to get stickers made that are like in case of breakdown, call.
Genius. Write that down. Write that down. But no, I don't know. So it just seems like there's so many opportunities for a bike, and it's simple. I don't know.
Yeah,
it just strikes a chord, I guess.
Yeah, I'm
gonna might go the extreme route. I got a welding table.
Yeah.
Did I show you the welding table?
I don't know if you said.
I didn't show you the welding.
Well, you sent me a picture. It may not have been in there or not. Stop doing that.
Oh, jeez. I'll show it to you after.
Does mine do that? I don't know if it's your phone. We got Verizon. The magnet on there is 100% it.
Yeah, it's definitely the magnet. Yeah. It's not. I don't think it is a magnet though. Anyway.
No, because the ball is definitely not a magnet. But on the back of your phone having a magnet, that feels like it'd fuck something up.
It used to be a magnet. It's not a magnet. It's just a plate of metal. That's all it is. Yeah.
Weird.
Anyway.
You want to do the book?
Yeah, let's do the book.
We're reading, for those of you new to the podcast, not Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Miss you, buddy.
We're reading some chapters out of the 4 Agreements.
Oh, hold on. Time out. Dude, there's some kids that have been just absolutely knocking it out of the park, TPing houses in Silvis this year. Dude, they're fucking TP, and it's like...
Dude, toilet paper's expensive, too.
That's the one thing, okay? It looks like they're using, like, high-quality toilet paper, because it's, like, holding together really well. Because it's not, like, just disintegrating instantly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you were to use cheap toilet paper. And then, like... They're fucking
this toilet paper would be clogging toilets.
Getting good coverage on the trees, like pretty high up there, and then they're also getting houses on like main drags. So they're like checking all the boxes. I'm like, wow, these kids are good.
Have you ever seen when people put like they attach a toilet paper roll to the end of a leaf blower? To blow out the toilet paper. It's like if you're at a show, it's like a music show. It's a super low budget, just like effect you can do.
A party effect.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just leaf blower launch a fucking poof type of deal?
No, it's you put it on the roll and it blows the loose end.
Oh, and it just kind of
unravels.
What do you like? Put it on like a little spindle thing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
That'd be kind of cool. You got like a group of 4 guys.
Kind of like a. I gotcha.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Kind of like a squirt gun, but instead of squirting water, it's squirting
That's
toilet
so
paper.
loud, though. You wouldn't be able to do that in the silent of night.
Oh, that's true. That's
Right?
true.
It's all about. But so it's like they got these houses, and then they went back and got them again. So it's like they cleaned out the trees, and then they went back and did it. I'm like, God damn, these kids are good. Fuck, they're good, dude.
I would be so pissed as a parent.
Man.
My kid would be out there climbing that fucking tree and getting everything down.
Anyway, sorry. That's all. It took me back to my childhood days. I was like, man, these kids are good.
But we've been reading the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And last time we did the Dark Mirror portion of it.
The Smoky Mirror.
Or the Smoky Mirror, yeah.
The Smoky Mirror.
Now I got some quotes out of the Domestication of and
which kind of now I kind of remember my existential thing about the Smoky Mirror.
Put this fucking book away.
So it's like one time I took some mushrooms, and it's like sitting in the dark. You have like an out of body experience where you know what a hypersphere is.
Mm-mm.
So think of the shape of a donut.
Okay.
Right? Now, if you were on... So they say, as a theory, is that like the shape of the universe is a donut.
Okay.
Because you could put yourself on there and go straight basically forever.
Okay.
Right? And it's like I kind of experienced like something like that in a trip one time.
Okay.
And basically what I'm getting at is like the Smoky Mirror is our experience because we are the same thing as everything else.
Yes.
So it's like we're all one thing. We're all the same thing. And then once you see the way clearly, you see it in all things type of deal.
Yeah.
Then you can then love everything.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then it's like no matter who you see or what you see, it's like it's like an ability not to judge them. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, obviously that's something you obviously work on because some people, it's just too easy.
Yeah.
They make it too easy.
Well, and it's like sometimes I find myself, because I feel like I have seen that before, not in that exact experience, but like feeling how love and the universe connects us all. And sometimes I find myself judging people who don't feel like that.
See?
And it's like, I gotta check myself.
Exactly, because something happened to them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, and it's like something didn't unplug them from the Matrix because, you know, I feel like we're very much taught to be disconnected.
I don't know. I like of it like as a top. Your whole childhood.
I'm a bottom.
You're
sorry.
So it's like your childhood is the ripcord spinning you up, and it's just like all of these things are set in motion, and it's like wherever you go, it's not set for sure, but these things that are kind of directing you are kind of like guide rails directing you where the top's going to end up.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense in that analogy.
It was a little loose, but I mean, I kind of get it. As an existential thinker, I feel like I get it.
I don't know. I guess now that I'm thinking back on it, I'm like, that's pretty bad.
Well, okay, so before we get to the book for real, so you can interrupt me again, I guess, I had therapy today, and it was really good. I did this, like, conversation between my true self and my some of my negative coping mechanisms.
Ooh, I dig this.
And so my true self is like my happiness, my support for people, all my positive things that you have as a child growing up, but they kind of get covered up by learning how to deal with the world.
Oh yeah.
Having a conversation with the part of me that thinks that I'm bad. And it was a lot of first of all, it was very good. With my right hand, I would write my true self, so it'd be very neat and clean. For my bad part, I would write with my left hand.
That's clever.
Yeah.
That's clever.
And it also creates like EMDR, is that what that's called?
Okay.
That rapid eye movement, like it.
I know what you're talking about. Lauren's done it before.
Yeah.
She said it's exhausting.
Yeah. I felt kind of charged afterwards. I felt like it really helped me. But like my thoughts of being bad I feel like stem from me feel like my father was not there. Now I am a father, and I have to be better than my dad and my mom in a way that, like, I have to be able to be there for my family and my son. I have to be there for myself, which I feel like my mom isn't really. And I feel like she gave up a lot for me. And that balance is what I'm constantly like, when I do things for myself, no, you're bad because you're being like your dad.
Right.
When I do things too much for other people, I'm like, no, you're bad because you're being too much like your mom. And at the end, it's like you hear and feel and understand that your negative coping mechanisms, like my being bad, was there for me for a lot. It helped me deal with those negative intrusive thoughts, but it's not necessary anymore because now I'm learning to have my true self be here, and he wants to be here for me, and like thanking the bad part of me and being like, thank you for what help you have given Matt. Do you mind if I take care of him now? And I'm kind of tearing up just thinking about it,
bro. That's some deep shit.
Yeah,
bro.
My therapist was saying, like, it's literally creating new neural pathways.
I dig that.
And it was crazy.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're fucking making some breakthroughs.
Yeah, and I love my therapist, and I love to do the art stuff and just to talk. Therapy's great. But like doing this really deep stuff. Whenever she's like, what do you want to do today? And I'm like, deep shit.
Deep shit.
Dad
Take
shit.
Me down.
Fucking self-isolation shit. Take me down.
Wait.
But it was pretty good. And I just wanted to say that out there. And, you know, if anybody.
Hey, be vulnerable, people.
Oh, yeah.
It's good for you.
Yeah. And make sure you're safe about it. You know, you don't want to.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Do it with people you're comfortable with.
Yeah, for sure.
Not
ask for
random
help.
people on the internet. Jeez, Matt. Jeez. Fucking with you.
Yeah, ask for help, people.
No, that's awesome, dude.
All right, now we're going to do the book. And you're going to let me do the book.
Oh, wait, I got one. No, just kidding. I was just fucking with you.
The Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz.
We're on chapter 1.
One page, everybody knows the rules.
One page, everybody knows the rules.
Yes, chapter 1, Domestication and the Dream of the Planet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's chapter 1?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I listened to the First Agreement.
That's all right.
Anyway.
I mean,
I've listened to this a few times.
It's all good. There is a quote on the opposite page. Living is easy with eyes closed, misunderstanding all you see, by John Lennon.
Damn, bro.
So I'm just going to read some highlighted stuff here. Feel free to stop me. Maybe I'll stop myself, whatever. Humans are dreaming all the time. We are born with the capacity to learn how to dream. And the humans who live before us teach us how to dream the way society dreams. The outside dream uses mom and dad, the schools, and religion to teach us how to dream. We learn how to behave in society, what to believe and what not to believe, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, what is good and what is bad, what is beautiful, what is ugly, what is right and what is wrong. And I feel like right now especially, there's just no common agreement on that. Which just further muddies the water.
That podcast I sent you with Eric Weinstein, right?
Yeah.
Where we can't really agree on truth anymore. Mm-hmm. That is a big part of it, right? People can't really parse because there's no one single source for information, right?
Yeah.
And you can't,
and even like science and religion disagree on so many things. And those are two foundations of our society.
And the other problem is that there's humans at the core of all these fucking, what do you want to call them? Halls of knowledge, and they're all fallible. Mm-hmm. Like science has been proven that you can fucking pay people off to skew results in a million different ways. Sugar.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, I don't even remember where I was going with that.
That's all right.
Anyway, continue.
Back to the book. The outside dream hooks our attention and teaches us what to believe. Beginning with the language that we speak. Language is the code for understanding and communication between humans. Every letter, every word in each language is an agreement. As children, we didn't have the opportunity to choose our beliefs, but we agreed with the information that was passed to us from the dream of the planet via other humans. The only way to store information is by the agreement. That's how we learn as children. Children believe everything adults say. I call this process the domestication of humans. And through this domestication, we learn how to live and how to dream. Children are domesticated the same way that we domesticate a dog, a cat, or any other animal. In order to teach a dog, we punish the dog and we give it rewards. Which it's like, after having a kid for 14 years, and now I have a dog again, I'm like, what an archaic way to treat things is punishing it when it's bad, you know? And I
results, Matthew.
Yeah. And I mean, physical punishment has kept a lot of people in slavery. I mean, it's stifled a lot of ideas, you know, but
no, 100%. I had a thought I was going to fucking say, but damn it, I can't remember it now.
That's all right.
What was that last sentence again?
Children are domesticated the same way that we domesticate dog.
So it seems like the cultural tribal domestication was a lot more closely knit. Like the domestication that you would be receiving like back in the day would have been only information from your very close family and locality. And it seems like over time, as civilization and capitalism has kind of taken over, capitalism has kind of taken the place of the family in a lot of instances.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's even taken over the domestication of kids and everything. And so it's like, I mean, I can see it between my grandparents, my dad, and then me. It's like my grandparents were, you know, old school, religious. You know, my grandpa literally grew up on a farm with like, I don't know how many fucking brothers and sisters he had. Mm-hmm. But, and then they went to fucking church every fucking Sunday, right? Made my dad and his brother go. And then when my dad got older, he was like, not for me, right? He had the option not to go. And then when growing up, I feel like I asked my dad a million questions. I felt like I was the kid that was just like, why is that? Why? And for some reason, my dad answered the right way to not shut me down from asking questions, right? And put me on a path to where I could kind of decide for myself. And I think that is kind of just the key, is you just try to lay it out clearly as you can, and just like, this is the way it is, and you know, this is why people influence you this way, and this, you know, there's biases this way, and you know, just this is, you fucking throw stuff up and this is where it lands.
Yeah. Do you know how old your dad was when he had you?
Fuck. Well, he was
34.
No, not 34. I'm 32.
Oh, you're 32.
Turning 33.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your dad is?
He was, I don't know how old he is.
Wait, do you know?
He was born in 68.
68?
Yeah.
Oof. So I am 3 years older than you. Mm-hmm. And my mom was born in 54.
Oh, shit.
Is that crazy?
So your parents were a bit older.
Yeah, my dad was born in 50.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Your dad was 18 when my dad was born. That's wild.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I mean, we're flying through this. I'm going to finish this last part. And it's not the end of the chapter, but we'll finish it up next time.
That's fine.
So the last quote of the book: with that fear of being punished and that fear of not getting the reward, we start pretending to be what we are not, just to please others, just to be good enough for someone else.
Oh, dude, I could see that with all the kids and grown adults. I guess they're not. I mean, they were kids at one point. Mm-hmm. We'll call them kids. Everybody who's went to college thinking like it's just like gonna automatically get you that thing, where it's like there's nothing automatic. And again, dude, why do I keep losing my train of thought? No, not even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But what was that last sentence again?
Hold on a second. With the fear of being punished and that fear of not getting the reward, we start to pretend to be what we are not, just to please others, just to be good enough for someone else.
Right. So then you have all these people who are like pretty unhappy with the way their lives are set up, and they feel like they're probably not a way to fix it because they're so entrenched with their debt and the you know, the kids and the quality of life they're accustomed to. That then it's like we all start like choosing like things to like bicker about, to like gossip about, to distract ourselves from actually fixing the thing that is the problem.
Yeah.
Like stop getting into so much debt so then you could change careers more freely.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I feel like if we could just weren't all in debt, you could.
Yeah. When I left the old place, I took a $5 pay cut, and that's a lot to a lot of people.
Oh, dude, I couldn't tell you another person that would probably do that besides one person I know.
And it's just like, I was comfortable with it.
Especially leaving that place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
dude, how many
fucking country club of a fucking job.
Oh, yeah, dude. But how many
Sorry.
people there hated it?
Well,
and that might just be like you work at a place and you hate it.
I think that's.
Or how about this? How many people there liked it?
I felt like I was one of the only people that actually enjoyed going to work there. There was a very few people who actually enjoyed going to work.
Yeah, and I enjoyed going to work the first 4 years.
Yeah, it did suck at the end.
Yeah,
and that's partially why we probably both left.
Yeah,
right? It's like,
yeah, it was like got bought out, and then
sold.
You know.
Well, it got
bought and sold.
Bought and sold.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then the shit started raining down. The strike, yeah, that was a big one.
That was a big dump.
And then you left, and there was no buffer between me and management.
Oof.
And then I got fucking pressed into your fucking seat just because I was the only one there that knew anything.
Hot seat, dude.
Yeah, and I was just like, this is not what I came here for.
And the fucked up thing is I was thinking about going back. I'm like, ugh.
And it was kind of like Brad left-ish and pushed you into his seat and me into your seat.
A little bit. Yeah.
And then you left and I got pushed into that seat again. And
space vacates, and it's kind of like drug dealers.
It's a vacuum. You get sucked into it.
Yeah, you have no choice.
Yeah.
It's like...
What are you going to do when you're the guy?
It's like the hierarchy. It's like... Sometimes people run away from smoke. Other people run towards it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like a lot of people they feign from it because it's like they don't want to make mistakes. That's why, at least what it, like, especially where I'm at now, it's like, it just looks like the place has been stagnant for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
It's just no change, no like real innovation.
And at my job, I'm like head down, try to do my work, and I fucking see something. And then I fucking see another thing. And then I see another thing. Next thing you know, I'm waltzing into the boss's office being like, hey, I've noticed this. What do you think about this idea? And, dude, my boss looks me right into my eyes, and he says, well, that's just kind of... I don't have a good answer. That's just kind of the way it is. It sucks. And I was like, oh.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. But, you know, it'll be okay.
No. That's where you start... I mean, it's okay for now. Until it's not.
Well, and I'm like, hey, what about this? Hey, this would be cool. And just planting the seeds. Already got something growing a little bit.
Ooh.
Where like,
is it green?
Where like me and like 3 other guys started kind of all at once, and everybody was like mass exiting at the same time.
Oh yeah.
And so there was like just not a lot of room for knowledge to be spread. And so now I've been there for about a year, and we got some new people coming in, and I'm like, hey, you know what'd be cool is if when you train these people, you just let us sit in on it, or you record it and let us just reference it later. And now they're like, hey, I'm gonna have a meeting for when I train these people, so if anybody who wants in on it. And I'm like, hey, plant the seed, baby.
Damn,
I'm
make
fucking
it their idea, right?
Johnny Apple. Yeah.
That's key.
And this is probably the best instance I've ever had of that, to where like I want something, and I was a little bit forceful at first, but then I got told that by my boss, and I was just like, okay, back off. And then now it's starting to sprout, and I'm really happy with it.
Nice. I had something similar like that at work the other day. We had, so it's like you have the bottom of an escalator. I don't know how much of this I can actually say, but it's just, I mean, it's just like
for thousands of escalator fans.
You imagine a bike chain, right? How it's like you have a sprocket here and the drive sprocket here, and then you have a tensioner, right, to keep tension on the chain, right? Well, the bracket, I was too far away. The bracket that holds that sprocket, it has 3 posts on it.
Okay.
And they're a set dimension between them. And then the bracketry that those bolt onto, the plates that have the hardware that then go through and mount that to the truss, the spacing between there was like set up to where it would be like 2 pieces of profile to allow you to put a square nut into it, and then a large gap, and then 2 pieces of profile, and then a large gap and 2 pieces of profile. And so the way the profile was on the truss only allowed 2 positions, basically.
Okay.
You either put it here or you put it there. And so we had a fucking warranty claim come through for that stuff being welded into the wrong spot because somebody redlined on the engineering print to weld an extra set on, right?
Okay.
Well, I guess it turns out they're in the wrong spot. So then I'm sitting here looking at the drawing. I'm like, all right, what if because the 3 posts for the bracket, the 3-post bracket, the spacing between these 3 is 350 millimeters.
Okay.
And the spacing between the holes on the brackets that interface with the truss was 130.
Okay.
So I changed the spacing to be 1/2 the distance between those posts.
Oh, okay.
So now, no matter what, you have like 18 different positions of adjustment. So I was like, and they went with it.
Tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. So
yeah,
I mean, but it's just like something so simple that is just like obvious to me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why? And you should have seen the way they dimensioned the drawing for the Unitron, dude. It was like from this piece of steel over 169.4 millimeters, and then 130, 90, and then 350 over, 130 back, 130 back, 90 this way, and I'm like,
what a terrible tolerance stack.
I was like, who drew this? I was like, an engineer couldn't have drawn that because nobody would have make anything like that. I felt like I was like, now look at the way my drawing's going to look. It's going to be 18 times 0.17 or 175 times 12, typical.
Yeah.
And it's just going to go all the way across. I'm like, maybe I should be a engineer.
Well, and it's like,
I'm not qualified,
quote unquote.
You know what I mean? It's just like, so then I've got, let's think about going back to school.
Yeah. God forbid the guy that looks at shit all day and like sees all the problems be qualified to do that job.
How, it's like, at what point are you qualified to see problems and fix them before they occur?
It's the perception of the talking heads above you.
I don't know.
Like at the job before last, there was a dude, and he was like the best friend of the boss's kid, is why he got on running a machine. And he was just there long enough to learn all the machines and become the supervisor. Mm-hmm. And then he was just there long enough and they couldn't find a qualified engineer for probably whatever bullshit pay they were trying to do. And they're like, well, just give this, he knows all the machines and he knows all the parts. Let's just give it to this guy.
It sounds like a bit like what Cobham does.
But I mean, and good for that guy for being able to move up.
He's playing his cards right.
Yeah,
right?
And Cobham was the opposite.
Yeah, you're right. They wouldn't let you, right?
Yeah, you had to have, and somebody was telling me that you had to have it because of government contracts and stuff.
And now all of a sudden it's different?
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. I don't
Madness.
know. It's hard to believe what you hear
that
sometimes.
GoPro job, though, I don't know. My job now is...
I'm going to apply for it.
I'll send you the link. It's serious. That is a job I would leave. I would quit my job today to go do.
Yeah.
It sounds way too awesome. Like, it's one of those jobs that's like, it could be just an absolute dream job.
Yeah.
100% remote, traveling to China every day. That would suck, actually, going to China all the time. But
I don't know.
I think
if it was all paid, you don't got no kids.
That's what I'm saying. I'm built for it.
Yeah.
I'm built for it, dude. But I don't know. But what I was saying is my job currently is it's both gives me flexibility and schedule, and then it's challenging enough if I want to try and fix the world in that place, which I'm going to fucking try to. I'm just trying to be impeccable with my words and just fucking come in and shovel coal. That's what I'm doing. Not thinking about the bigger picture and just shoveling coal. But also at the same time, working on myself outside of work and really trying to focus and narrow down on what I'm working on.
Yeah.
By starting a bicycle company. But also getting all the tools together so I can finish the duplex once and for all. So I got a table saw.
That's something I've heard probably a million times.
I have a table saw. I have a fucking a table wood shaper. So I have the lumber. I'm starting building trim. So that's
you know you can buy that, right?
Trim?
Yeah.
Can you?
You can buy trim all day. What?
No way, dude. You don't have to make everything? What?
I saw a fucking loud ass car coming down the road. I saw this video and I had to send it to you. It was like a guy wanted to build a rocket stove.
Okay.
And he was like, well, you got to have a plasma cutter to cut everything out. And why would I waste my time cutting everything out by hand when I could get a table mounted plasma cutter and a CNC? And then, I need to paint everything. So I built a paint booth. Why would I buy this when I can make it? And he had to buy like $10,000 worth of tools and shit.
Just to make a little fucking dingle. Anyway, that sounds like me. Sounds like me a lot. Yeah,
but you do a lot of good things. You do a lot of things well.
I do okay. Jack of all trades, master of none. Most of the time, better than a master of one.
Yeah.
That's how it is, right?
I thought it was better to be a master of none.
No.
Better than being a master of none.
Better than being a master of one.
Okay. Yeah. That's how I feel like I am as a
because it's
jack
like
of all trades.
Being a super specialist isn't as useful as just having general knowledge about everything. It seems like, from my little experience on this planet,
it's gotten me this far.
Hey, I feel like I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you know what else is fucked up? Right as I pulled up here, all the check engine lights on Lauren's car just flew up on the dash.
That was Lauren's car?
Yeah.
Oh, Kirk's old car?
Yeah, Kirk's old car.
Okay.
Actually. Yep.
Where's your car?
Well, Lauren's driving my rental loaner.
Dude,
the Subaru is in the dealership.
If she crashes that fucking rental.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would be bad, but she won't. The thing drives itself.
Yeah. What year is it?
It's like a 2040 Ford Flyer.
What?
It's a 2021, 2022 Ford
That's crazy.
Fusion. But
I couldn't imagine driving a car that new.
I could see they're like literally making the cars like for people in WALL-E.
Oh, yeah.
Like literally, you kind of just like, you'll plop down, you start the car
with a button.
With a button. You don't even have to take the keys out of the car. You just leave it, and it just unlocks itself with the little thingy, and then it moves your seat automatically back into the position for you. So, because it's like it knows it needs to back all the way out for you to get out.
For your fat ass
to get out of that. Exactly. And then it's like the gear selector is just a dial. So it's just like reverse. And then the thing's got fucking like a million fucking like parking assists and lane things. So it's just like you're just like barely moving your head. You don't even have to move your eyes around. It's just like
I was in fucking Zach's car, and it may have been his wife's car once. And dude, it was driving and parking, and it was like it showed the car and the area around the car, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You're like,
you got fucking
like,
satellites?
It's like there's a drone flying above us right now,
dude.
How are you? Yeah, no, isn't that nuts?
Yeah,
it's like a fisheye 360 cameras up on top of it.
Yeah,
right?
and then it just has the color of car. On the screen.
It's like, but it makes it looks. Dude. It got you though, right?
It got me so bad.
You're like, what the fuck? How is that even? And then you're like, oh, I see.
Yeah,
genius.
It makes me that Tesla truck where like the cab is down lower and it uses a camera as the rear view mirror.
The Tesla truck. Oh, you mean like the Tesla super truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like the bed is up higher or something, so you couldn't see out of a rear view mirror if you had one, and it's like a camera, and it's just like, well, there's just another fail point.
Are they ever actually going to make that thing?
I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
I'll never buy cool. One. Supposedly it's going to be like stamped steel. Stainless steel is what it's getting.
Stamped.
It's like it's like formed stainless steel.
That's
body panels.
That sounds crazy.
Enough. It's like supposedly bulletproof up to like 45 caliber.
Because you want that?
It just sounds wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a cool piece of engineering. Completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Just like most things that we have.
Yeah.
I feel like. But
that's all right.
They have to somehow do things to domesticate you into wanting that thing.
Yeah. You gotta have. I mean, your car's only bulletproof up to a 9mm. I got fucking 45 caliber.
Bitch. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's all right though. I mean, and you know what? Good luck to the people that live their lives like that. You know,
if that's what gets your jollies off, good luck.
I don't have a Harley payment. I don't have a boat payment.
Yeah. So that's I'm back on the no debt goal.
I like it.
That's what
I like.
Paying cash for everything, baby.
Yeah.
Except for the dupe, obviously, that's an investment, business investment.
Yeah. We just went on that trip to Ohio, so I need to start buckling back down and getting some money back into the savings. But as far as Dave Ramsey steps, we're on step 4 or whatever, where we got all our debt paid off, $1,000 in the bank minimum. Now we're back to working on that 3 to 6 months worth of savings. So I mean, and you know, we got there a year or two ago, probably longer than that. Now that I've been at this new job for a year, time fucking flies.
It does, doesn't it?
But you know, after living like that for so long, it feels really good. Feels really good to know that, like, oh, if I really got myself into a tight spot, I could get out of it.
Right. No, I'm starting to drift that way. Get a little bit of money saved up. Mm-hmm. Just even $500, having $500 saved up.
Yeah,
it made such a world of difference for me.
Yeah,
just made something click.
Yeah,
and now I'm like, I need to get rid of my car. Yeah, so for real, somehow just saving $500. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm like, why do I have this fucking thing? So seriously,
it was only a matter of time.
I know it was only a matter of time. So now, I have because when I bought my duplex, I got it with 2 mortgages for some reason. So basically, my goal is to pay down the Subi enough to where I can trade it in with 0, like basically in the black.
Okay.
Not in the red, not in the green. Basically, I'm just want to at least get in the black so I don't owe anything. Buy a cheap Honda CRV.
Or what did you have? A Ford Fiesta?
I probably wouldn't buy another Ford Fiesta.
That was just a good deal.
That was exactly. That was a steal.
And you know,
just
dude,
like Kyle's car, steal. Yeah. Even though it's a fucking. Hopefully, I make it home.
Give me a call. I'll tow your ass.
For real, I might need one.
But it's all an ebb and flow, dude. You know, people make mistakes. The world happens.
You make corrections, and it's all about the corrections and the way you interpret things.
Yeah, and it's really what has gotten me in the past, and I'm sure it gets a lot of people. You make a mistake, or like something crazy happens where the world runs into you, and you can't focus on that. It's just like my kid came home and he was like, I'm failing 2 classes. So I look online because I can see his grades, and he's got a C and a D. First of all, not failing. What he's failing is his mother's expectations of him.
Oh, okay. So he thinks he's failing.
Yeah. The next day, brought the C to an A. He's got all A's, maybe a B, and then now a D. And it's like
kiss ass.
And the D is
Jesus.
The D is
class, you pussy.
The D is in AP geometry. And it's like, okay,
geometry's super easy. He has no excuse but to get an A in that.
Well, I ain't never been in an AP class, so
AP is not even accelerated, dude. There's a step above AP.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that gross.
I was in accelerated math.
Ew, you
look at me.
Pussy.
Yeah.
But it's just like okay, drop down to regular math and you'll get a B. I don't know.
do that.
Well, that's just what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I know.
Compared to all the other kids in his school,
that's
like
bad. Don't compare yourself to them.
I mean, you're right.
Who's going to carry the boat?
You're right.
Come on, Goggins.
But it's the perception of being like, oh, I'm failing a class, and then he gets punished for it because you can't. How do you reward a kid for getting all A's? Like, I don't know what it's like at his mother's house, but he gets all A's here. That's a fucking party.
Fucking dude, I'd be fucking getting him a hooker or something.
And
just kidding.
But
in the future,
and I don't know what happens at his mother's house, but it's like I can't imagine the reward for getting all A's is looked at the same as the punishment for getting not all A's.
It's the expectation is A's.
The expectation is nothing less than a B.
Well, I mean, from his mother's side.
Right. And that's what it is. Nothing less than a B from his mother's side.
Okay.
But it's like, when he meets that, good, you met my expectations.
Right.
You can't exceed an expectation of all A's and B's. You can't exceed that. You can't get a good attaboy, I
mean, you could be getting in accelerated classes and doing college preparatory work.
Okay.
There was a kid that was 12 in my graduating class, dude. There's always levels to it.
There's a bell curve.
Right.
And I think my kid, with this D, my kid is still on the high end of the bell.
I failed classes, dude.
I failed a class. That's what I told him.
Yeah, no. There's nothing wrong with that.
And it's like, I'm not fucking the perfect person or nothing, but I got a good job. I got a house,
Not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Don't let it happen again, punk.
Yeah, fucking whoop your ass. I'll beat the A's into you. No. I love that kid. He does a great job.
No, you have a great kid, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, you have such a good kid. It's like, I don't know why you beat yourself up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
That's why I'm in therapy.
It's like he hasn't killed anybody yet that you know of, so you didn't raise a murderer, and he's just a stand-up dude. So it's like,
he's a stand-up dude.
So
love that kid.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's hard. Anyway, are we wrapping it up?
Unless you want to talk more.
I did have that quote I wanted to read off.
Oh yeah, let's do that. And I have some new stuff.
We're stuff.
We're at an hour. I didn't know how you were for time.
I do have things I need. I have things I was supposed to do, but that's okay. It's just one quote that I can't find because
I got it here. You sent it to me.
I did. Somehow I resorted my notes by title instead of I got it here.
Oh, okay.
But it's just a Greek proverb. I tried to do a bunch of searching and chat GPT to try and figure out, because
figure out your notes for the podcast.
So chat GPT is my secret sauce. That's my secret. Like, so when you said go take a course on how to start a business, I've been talking to chat GPT
who looks at all the courses
on everything and tells me, as someone who is starting a hobby business out of my garage, you might want to focus on these things versus these things if you were starting like a brick and mortar store, right? And so then that's kind of where I was getting all my ideas. But anyway, on with the quote. A society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's something that not a lot of people think about and
that's what this whole bike thing is coming back around. I'm like, you're just fucking making bikes for people, building bikes for people, doing favors, and it doesn't really matter. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, and it's like, whoever this, I mean, I don't know how your work works or whatever, but whoever this guy who is running the parts department of your work, he may be like, I got a year left. I'm not fucking worrying about this fucking barcode thing, but he may not see how that will shade the rest of the company, for a long time to go ahead.
There's a lot of complacency there, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah.
He's going to listen, like, in 2 weeks, you're going to be like, hey, check out my podcast. He's going to be like, dude, I heard fucking talking shit about me.
You fucking bitch. You son of a bitch.
Is that his real name?
Yeah, that was his real name.
I got to fucking...
hey, don't mute that. God damn it.
That's okay.
All right.
Did you want to talk more?
That's
I mean,
fine.
I got a couple other things.
I mean, what else has been happening?
And you know what? I didn't do as much research as I would have liked.
That's all right, dude.
But...
like I said, ever since the election, I've just been tuned out of the news.
Yeah. I sent you at least one video by this guy, Chill Goblin. But he's only got like maybe a dozen videos on the internet, but they're all really well done. And
I think I remember watching it.
About Richmond over Richmond. Richmond north of Richmond is the first one I sent you.
Yes.
And there was another one about Eric Weinstein.
I don't think I watched the Eric Weinstein one.
That one was pretty interesting.
I guess I didn't I mean, I understand he's like kind of like saying like, I guess I don't even remember the premise of the video.
Well, originally it dissected the song, and then he did like the second half of it was a whole history about the Appalachia area, about how unions started there, and coal miners were like the coal miner would own the mine, or not the miner, the guy who owned the mine would also own like all the housing he'd owe you rent to, and he would also own like the general store. So you would mine for credits for the general store.
Genius.
And then when you couldn't pay your mortgage or whatever, he would like give you loans for the general store, and you'd have to work longer. And it was like just this huge, terrible cycle.
That's exactly.
And then they were talking about how the people they formed a union, went on strike. They brought in fucking tough guys to bust the union and fucking shoot at people and kill them. And then the union workers got guns and shot back, and there was like almost like a little tiny war. Damn. And the military had to be called in and shit. It was crazy.
I'll have to go back and rewatch that.
Yeah. And then he like, as he's telling you all these factoids and stuff, he's like drawing everything too. So it's kind of fun to watch too.
Oh, damn. Maybe I'm thinking of a different video.
Maybe. Well, we send stuff back and forth.
Yeah, I know. That's what, and I don't really watch too many.
But he's got a few videos, and they're all pretty interesting and fun to watch. So, yeah.
Chill Goblin, folks. Check him out.
All right.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right, dude. Let's wrap it up.
All right. I go first.
You go first?
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you had a good time. Not a lot of news, but I had a really great time talking to you, buddy.
It was just a good chat, dude.
Yeah, dude. And arguably, wish that was a little bit more like what they all were. But not as much stuff happens all the time.
Yeah, that's true. We don't always have interesting lives.
Yeah. But remember, while you're out there, folks, be smart.
And stay smart.
See ya.
Deuces. All right, are we just jumping in here?
Whenever you're ready.
Hey, everybody. Fucking welcome. Wait, hold on. Is that too much?
No.
Yeah, dude. We're fucking professionals, dude. We're going to have sponsors in no time.